Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Sean with The Ridge, all right, where we talk about collectibles on this particular channel. All right, so we haven't done a video in quite some time. Took a little time off to concentrate on a few other projects in addition to the Blue Ridge Silverhound channel itself, which is the flagship of the Blue Ridge Silverhound experience, I suppose. Yeah, that sounded weird, but yeah, we're gonna get back into doing more of the collectible side of things, talking about everything collectibles outside of coins, currency, and all that. And one of the things I'm actually incredibly excited to talk about has been a product that a lot of people have criticized here in the last, I would say, 2 years. All right, ever since Panini America decided to go with retail on select products in 2020, did I feel like that the brand was kind of getting really diluted. All right, the same way that I would say Prism brand has been getting diluted. All right, so I was happier than a pig in shit. Well, come to find out, Select would be doing a WWE product. Okay, for all of you World Wrestling Entertainment fans, me personally, I still love WWF, all right, as it was back in the 80s and 90s. But Select has always been one of those products that I have endeared to, all right, regardless of whether they were going to release an actual retail product, okay? Now, you know, the retail release, rather, did a number to the secondary market of the cards, all right? Given that it's very, very strange timing, because the whole entire market at the time was at its highest. All right. Everybody was collecting 2020 football product because you had guys like Joe Beasy, Joe Burrow, Herbert. You had some of the biggest other positional players, Justin Jefferson, Jonathan Taylor, of course, the big player, the running back from the Colts, setting all sorts of just massive yardage and records for the team. Was kind of a big deal. All right, Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl, so you're going to expect to see his cards shoot up into the stratosphere. And again, monumental year of product for 2020. Now, with Select 2022 Select WWE, what were the expectations? Okay, well, long before pricing was even established through some of the big retailers like Blowout Cards and Steel City Collectibles and DA Card World and all those, everybody was a little bit jaded. All right, I haven't done any videos to talk about just the absolute bust of a product. 2020 something, 2022. We're in 2022, and Panini's still doing 2021 product. I mean, what is that about? But people were a little bit jaded. You know, if you guys remember right, during the spring season of this year, Prism came out for the very first time. And guess what? It was way too expensive for anybody to afford. The shit was shit. All right? That shit at release, okay, for regular hobby boxes, we're not talking about first off the line boxes, right around $800. I was one of those suckers that bought into that because it's the debut, Panini release of WWE product ever since Topps lost the license. So I thought that at the time, and we all thought this, that the market was correct for it, right? Because Panini Prism is the flagship brand for the company in terms of release. Football, basketball, all that shit's expensive. Even if you want to get a hobby box of 2021 Prism football, you guys know you're going to be shelling out $1,200, $1,300 for one box. And the actual expected value is what they call it, quote unquote, which is a term commonly used in the trading card world, is a average value of what you would normally get out of a box. All right. And that's across all the boxes, expected value on certain boxes. Let's say if it's a $500 box of cards, sometimes the expected value would be somewhere around $400 on something. All right. Not necessarily sports products because it was still overpriced going into 2022. But the expected value of a box of the brand new Panini Prism WWE was around $150. Kind of a guess. But based off of most of the box breaks that I've seen of that product, all right, it was trash. It was straight up trash. It wasn't worth the $800 price tag. The only way that you're able to recoup that kind of money is if you got some fancy color blast or, one of those rare case inserts. If you got a gold autograph, a gold parallel, if you got an emerald green parallel, you would really have to hit a big autograph or a big parallel out of the product to recoup your money. But it doesn't guarantee that you're going to make a lot more money beyond that. I think people overshot the expectation of WWE as something that Panini was going to market, considering that when Topps had left after they lost the license, a lot of their products like Undisputed and all that, their high-end echelon product, not counting Transcendent, was like $300-$400. So why did everybody think that Panini and their justification for an $800-$900 price tag on hobby boxes would seem right? It wouldn't. Because everybody's caught up in the ether. Everybody's smoking, doing blow. Everybody on the sports card universe at all the national conventions and all that shit. And all the ass suckers of the Prism brand. All right, made this happen. It's their fault. And it was an effect that went all the way around. It was a domino effect that affected distributors. They're like, oh, yeah, all these people, they're going to pay the money. Well, how'd that work out? All the breakers. They're like, oh, yeah, $899.99. That's what we're going to put it out as. I'm not going to name any breakers, but everybody was selling it for $900. But they were trying to be consistent to all the other breakers. One person did not want to be $50 cheaper, all right, and sell out their product because the other guy is going to get upset. You're like, why are they selling it so cheap? All right. And, the people that participate in the breaks, they're going to feel the same way. So Panini missed huge. The product eventually dropped down to $400 on average through breaker websites for a Panini Prism hobby box. In my estimated humble opinion, it's still overpriced. Now, enter in Select 2022. We got the sell sheet up here because as opposed to going on eBay, which we're going to do anyway, so that way you can see some of the bangers that people are pulling, some of the breakers, some of the customers that bought this product. And by the way, I am fucking in love with 2022 Select WWE. I think I might collect the base set and the silver set, but it's not going to be cheap because there's a few chaser pieces in there just in the base set. But 2022 Select, bucking the trend because the product was made available to the public for right around $170 to $200. A little bit of a range in there, but that's okay. $199.99, I still feel like it's kind of a fair value, all right, compared to Prism. And then Revolution came out a few months later. Revolution's kind of like the low bottom of the barrel product that doesn't really guarantee autographs or anything big. I think there's one numbered parallel per box. But it was kind of like the no frills. Hey, if you want into WWE, if you want into a sports card product for under $100, Revolution is your guy. And that's what happened. The boxes are currently like $79.99 online or on eBay, wherever you want to get them. Revolution's very cheap. It's a very approachable series, if and only if you like WWE. But the problem is, the secondary market of WWE product isn't to what baseball is, or football, or basketball. All right, it's not the kind of captive audience that attracts 60 million people across the United States. Not yet. All right. Their viewership is right around 2 to 3 million. And then you have AEW. There's a lot of competition. But not to stray too far away in the actual competition and the actual numbers and, ratings and things like that. Let's go ahead and check out 2022 Select. So the sell sheet was sitting and dangling out there for quite some time. This is kind of like their main normal, cover page to the presentation. Let's go ahead and blow this up. All right, so that way you guys can see the whole deal. So this is what this looks like. So here's page 2. Now here's the 3 different levels. You guys know Select, they have different levels. They have a concourse, premier, and then some sort of blank side, ringside, courtside, field level, things like that. That's what is considered to be the kind of like the chase out of the 3 levels. But if you're looking to be a completionist, you will put this entire set together. It's massive. It's like 300 to 350 cards generally. And Select WWE is no different. And when you're looking at this, it's really hard to pull in about 5% of an entire set with one box. And that's kind of like the marketing genius with Panini. And I know, it's like they're doing everything they can with the impending Fanatics takeover looming large in their rearview mirror. It's like, what are you going to do? It's like they've done everything so horribly wrong with a lot of the products and the pricing that maybe they have some comeuppings, in the works. But we have the 3 different levels. Actually, we have a couple parallels. The Bobby Lashley, friggin' dude is jacked. The guy's yoked. That appears to be a gold prism design. The Mandy Rose, that's actually a very pretty card, is a tie-dye. That's what Select is known for. They're known for their tie-dyes, their zebra stripes, their tiger stripes, their elephant stripes, whatever. But they're known for their different kind of very creative prism types. And of course, you have the base silver hollow is what I call it. Silver prism, silver hollow more so for the optic side. But for this one, they have like a silver parallel that's very attractive as well on the ring side. The ring side, by the way, is a higher numbered. I think it's like 250 to 350 or whatever it is. And those are collated like 2 to a box. So if you're going to put together the whole set, you're going to have to do some dumpster diving on eBay for the rest of the cards. And they're not cheap. You have guys like The Rock. You have guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes is a big one. It's actually an SP in the set for just the base card. You're going to pay like $100 for it. So this is going to be a very fun, very challenging set to put together. But I think, because I've seen enough breaks here in this release weekend, to think that this release is limited. There's not nearly as many boxes or as many cases that were produced of this product than what meets the eye. But this is, again, a very attractive trio of levels for the base set. When we go on and take a look at some of the inserts and autographs, okay, there's a few things here. You have the standard, I guess, signatures black prisms, I guess, are the one-of-ones from what I've seen. That edge card is dope, by the way, and of course it's got the traditional Select kind of like shaped backgrounds, just really what it's known for. Charlotte Flair ringside signatures in a blue parallel. Of course, that one's going to be numbered. They also have non-numbered versions, which have no color whatsoever. They're just a standard base autograph. It's also going to be in there. And then you have the legendary signatures gold, which is numbered to 10. Of course, they have all the other variants as well. You have a red prism, you have a blue, you have, whatever they have. Very attractive looking signatures, albeit they're stickered autographs. And, we all have our opinions on sticker autographs. Me personally, I don't like them. I like hard signed on card stuff. Here are a few of the other inserts that you could find in there. They got the Phenomenon insert, which comes in base and in silver, and also a few other different numbered parallels. I think I ended up seeing, a Black Finite or something like that pulled here in the last day or so. I forgot who it was. It might have been AJ Styles, I'll be honest. But that thing was sick. That is a sick card. You also have the Hall of Fame Selections Black Prisms. And you have the global icons. Of course, they chose like different rare parallels to really captivate your attention here. All right, it's got the configuration: 5 cards per pack, 12 packs per box, and then the master case is 12 boxes. The breakdown: 2 autographs, 1 mem, 12 prism cards inserted. I've seen them 1 per pack, so it could be a silver prism or a different color. But overall, pretty good odds considering that the WWE Prism brand that came out earlier in the year for over double the price had also 2 autographs but no memorabilia card, right? And then prisms. The select appearance, so much more attractive than the Prism set, which is plagued with all sorts of quality control issues, and oftentimes a lot of the cards are going to be off-center. So... but that's it for the sell sheet. Wanted to talk about that first. And then, here are just a few of the cards. Not paying really any attention to actually if these are actually worth this kind of money. But I just typed in 2022 Panini Select WWE, and I went with highest price. And, you get to see some of the cards. On the thumbnail, I had to put Stone Cold Steve Austin. Mr. 316, because Stone Cold said so. I had to put this one up here. Gold autograph number to 10 is a banger for sure. Is it worth $8,000? Well, it's going to be worth whatever someone's willing to wheel and deal on that one. We'll see. I love The Rock in Select because there's 3 different levels, 3 different photography snapshots of The Rock through the Concourse Premier and Ringside sets. And of course, you also have The Rock. And I heard The Rock Championship insert Black Finite was pulled. That's the 1 of 1 was pulled. That's a huge card. Of course, the guy's Hollywood. So, he transcends a lot further than the sport of wrestling and goes into Hollywood, which makes his cards that much more desirable. All right. There are people outside of the hobby that are looking to purchase this. This is cool. Legendary Undertaker signature, number to 10, gold prism. We have the biggest rookie out of this year's class, Braun Breaker, who is Rick Steiner's son, is in here. Of course, you guys know him as the NXT champion of the WWE. We have a green prism in here. This looks like the concourse level. It's worth money, that's for sure. Is it worth $3,700 is anybody's guess. John Cena is also a big draw on this. I don't know if John Cena was in the original Prism release earlier in the year, but he's in here. There have been tie-dyes, there have been autographs, which by the way is autographs in Select WWE, is unfortunately a redemption. So you might have to wait a little longer to collect those. Steve Austin gold here in this ringside. That is dope. Cora Jade black finite 1 of 1. That thing's cool. But Cora Jade, she's not on the main roster of either WWE, Raw, or SmackDown. So we'll see. Of course, I had to throw Roman Reigns in there. He's the longest reigning champion. Universal champion of both belts. Pretty cool. That thing is sick. It's certainly going to sell for a lot of money. You have sealed master cases in there and all sorts of goodies. And of course, there's a Mr. T Zebra. Man, Mr. T was not in Prism. Glad to see him. He was short-lived in WWF times, but glad to see him here in this product. Along with a few other legends. So, yeah, you guys can check it out. Sasha Banks, I hear, is making a return. I think we're going to see a shift in not only the desirability in these cards, but also the viewership of the programming, because Vince McMahon is out due to legal reasons. We're not going to go there because you guys know that, but Triple H is in. And of course, he was like one of the big guys that catapulted an incredible era of our time of wrestling. And he's taken the reins with creative. And with that, you know, there's been a lot of huge storylines, a lot of guys coming back like Karrion Kross. Although Karrion Kross is not in here, he's going to be another guy to look out for in future product. His stuff is popular because he had autographs on Topps products in the last few years, and it's going to be hot. But you can see all of the bangers that's coming out. Cody Rhodes has been a sleeper card in the series because he is only available as the ringside level of card, and you can only get the parallels. All right, so the base, silver, and then all the parallels, and they're all expensive. So if I were going to collect a set, I'm gonna have to cough up $100 to $150 just for a base card of his. But I think I'm up to the challenge. But you can see everybody's pulling some great stuff. The question is the pricing sustained at $170 to $199, or are we going to see this product retrace over time? That's like the big question. And I can't really give you guys the definitive answer, but I could tell you that people are more receptive to Select WWE since its release, and everybody's breaking it. It's a great price point, and the cards are sick. They are absolutely amazing. They are the dopest cards I've seen for WWE product. Way better than Revolution, way better than Prism, and way better than a lot of Topps that have pulled out, that have released here in the last few years. But yeah, I would say don't expect this hobby boxes to drop under $150 and stay there. It's kind of hard to say with as popular and as much product is being ripped right now. Shoot, I may try to just get in at any box I can for under $200. If you get a case for $2,400 or less, because there's 12 into a master case, this would be a great product to just sit on if you're a sealed product investor. Because I think it's going to be limited production, all right? Because a lot of these boxes are coming up with huge pulls, big autographs, and you know it's going to be a product that has a lot of relevancy, a lot of current people in it, a lot of current superstars in it. That is going to age well. And Hulk Hogan, man, that is awesome. That's just a base autograph that sold for probably $200 or more. But be on the lookout. Paige too. Wow, she wasn't in Prism, I don't think. Someone got a deal, $300. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, be on the lookout for this stuff. And pay really close attention to where the market's going to be, because I think once WWE kind of regains, you know, some of its legacy back with Triple H at the helm, and people come back into watching the programming, that's going to have a drip down effect to the products, to the merchandise. Trading cards is going to be one of those things. Cardboard crack, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be pretty prominent all over the place. And Select, I think, is going to have a much bigger effect than Prism. So before I let you guys go, another thing to keep in mind, there will be blaster boxes of this product, okay? From what I've heard, there's going to be exclusive parallels that you can only get in blaster boxes, like maybe, I don't think Snake Skin's going to be in there because that's on Prism, but I've heard Elephant Print, I've heard Alligator Print, are a couple of the parallels that you can find exclusively in blaster boxes only. So that's something to keep in mind. That's going to be a chase in itself, but also expect that those, because retailers like Target and Walmart, they've adjusted the value of these, so you're going to end up paying like $29.99 for a blaster box. on whatever you get, whether it's baseball, football, or whatever. $30 seems to be the new price direct from the store to the customer. So it's a lot more expensive, but I think it's still going to be a really good bargain. Furthermore, if you're looking to collect a full set, I think Blasters is going to be kind of like that higher volume, extra value option for you. If you didn't want to hammer out, $200 a box of hobby, you could go and get some of the retail. And another thing to keep in mind is that they did not produce the first off the line Select, which I think I'm kind of glad, because that might change the actual value of this product and the regular hobby boxes, because those products or that particular release direct from Panini's website is going to change the game a lot, and usually does. So that's why I wanted to talk about a huge product. WWE Select from Panini is out in hobby shops right now. Me personally, I give it 2 thumbs up. I think a lot of it has to do with the value. I think because Panini has the exclusive rights to produce WWE content, all right, I think this is a bigger buy than Select Baseball, which is $50 cheaper currently in the market. Baseball, as you know, MLB, they don't have that particular partnership with Panini, and so they have to airbrush logos and stuff, and it looks really, really tacky. So that's where we're at. This shit is dope. Go ahead and get you some if you're a WWE fan. If not, I would certainly entertain possibly sitting on a case or two as an investment, because these things are, I firmly believe, going to go up, because as they do more selects for WWE in the future, pending the Fanatics takeover, we'll see what happens. If they're going to make a bid to own all of Panini's IPs across all the card types or card releases, brand releases, whatever. We'll see. That's going to complicate things, but as of right now, in this moment, this product is hot, and everybody's ordering it up, and everybody's breaking it. I'm going to get a few boxes to break here on this channel. So you guys stay tuned. You guys take care. Always collecting. This is The Ridge. Sean, you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys next time.